Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you got a moment, subscribe. As everybody knows, Grace and I have been took on a project of renovating our house, correcting mistakes made in the initial build, and so forth. Upgrade the kitchen to make it more functional. Get rid of problems like the plywood, and so forth. Changing out to the Hardy Flex. And it's been a major undertaking. Well, there's a few things they wanted to put on hold that we had really wanted to do, but that's just the way it works out. We wanted to tile the perimeter on the backside when it's completed, get the concrete down and so forth. That's going to be put on hold for quite some time. Putting a roof coating on to reflect the heat, put that on delay. It just seemed like nothing goes to plan, but that's life. You know, that happens. It's not only me that happens to, but it happens. You can't get a bad attitude over it. Yeah. And I guess you're wondering what's bringing this into play. Well, yesterday I done a short video. I dropped them birds off of school and wanted the hardware and one thing or another. I get back home. I was informed by one of my workers here. They had noticed that one of my tires, the wire was showing. I've noticed that over the past, couple months that I had a little lope in the vehicle, but it went away, and I blamed it on the tar sealant because I had a flat on one of the tires, and I just put sealant inside of it, and it's been okay ever since. Well, that particular tire, the inside shoulder, it's gone. That's about as simple as you can get it. Well, the good thing about it is one of the main reasons I bought this little vehicle is tire replacement. I want to go this morning when I drop Virgil off to the my local mechanic, and I want to check my front end out and make sure that there's nothing worn, and also see if we can't check the alignment on it and make sure it's in check. But after replacing the tires yesterday, I noticed one of the biggest changes was tire noise. I didn't have that roar that I was accustomed to with the tires that was on there. Much quieter. I've got this funny feeling like I had a defective tire for some reason. Because those tires were, to be highway tires, quite noisy. I just assumed, what assume does, that they're just where the tread was engineered, and they're just the natural aspect of those tires. But now, after sleeping on it, I'm beginning to think I had a defective tire. I'm the type to also know I rotated the tires with every oil change. So, now the other three tires, I noticed that one of them was almost worn, and it was on the rear. like that one. But I got two that there's one normally with the mileage that's on them. We put roughly almost 24,000 kilometers on it, which is what, 16,000 miles, something like that. Now, here in the Philippines, the roads are bad. And this dirt road is not a help on them, too. But I'm not complaining because, I can, those tires are affordable. I put 4 new tires on that van for $150, roughly 8,000 pesos. So that's not been extreme. I was there at the tire shop yesterday, and there was a vehicle there getting tires, which were they're just a normal sized vehicle, car. I think it was a Nissan. Looked like it had 15-inch tires on it. And their tires were that much per tire. And I said to myself, that could be expensive, that's close to $1,000 to replace tires. So it has its up and it has its downs. I don't expect anything bad when I get to inspect it today. But that's part of life here. And that's another reason we're putting a lot of projects on hold until we can get our funds back up to where we can actually tackle it and be comfortable. We're at a point where I've got to do something differently. I don't want to be busted to the bottom. That's just the way I am. That's life in general, I'm just happy that our little van is okay. There's no issues. But I'm glad it was caught before we had a tire failure on the road. Where I've been parking it, I've not been able to keep an eye on the tires. Because when we were parked under this carport, every time I go by it, I usually do a visual on everything. Now I do have a tire air pressure monitoring device in my vehicle. So the air pressure has always been close to normal in most cases. Like with any car, when you drive it, the tires heat up, the tire pressure goes up. That's normal. When I get in the vehicle, it automatically comes on. It's motion sensitive. It lets me know what the tire pressure is at cold temperature. Pretty neat little device. That's the second one I've owned. And it's actually one of my rear sensors. Even though I replaced the battery in it, it's failed. So I'm going to have to get another one later so I can keep a check on my tire pressure. Another thing I've noticed too, after I'd done all that work back, I forgot, 6 months ago or whatever, replacing a water pump and thermostat and so forth, I've not had to add no coolant. And I've always had to when I first got the van. At least once a week, you have to add maybe a teacup full of my coffee cup. As you can see, this is one that Grace got me for my birthday. I thought that's quite nice. But anyway, that's about the amount of coolant I would put in every week, maybe sometimes 2 weeks. It depends on where we traveled. Now we done a lot of mountain driving, and that's when I usually had to add. As long as I stayed in level territory, nothing. But this time around, I checked it yesterday. We'd actually made a trip to Bacolo, which is a hard pull, and we're almost fully loaded, and I didn't have to add no coolant. I actually did because I couldn't see it because the opening's small and it's not lit very well. But it didn't hold maybe an ounce, if that much. So my reservoir was normal. So there's some upsides to it. That gives you an idea if you're living here in the Philippines, cost to maintain a vehicle, depending on your location. If you like me, I'm out in the province, as they call it. And the road conditions of where I live, before I get to the highway, is pretty rough. So I'm not complaining. To give you an idea of what you can expect if you decide to get transportation. I don't recommend transportation when you first get here, because the driving habits here is, you just have to experience it. It's just unreal. But when you get ready to do your vehicle, it depends on your status. If you're living in a city near a dealership, new is okay. But keep in mind, you're going to get those little nicks and dings just the way things are. That's another reason I wouldn't consider new. And then, you got to do your maintenance at the dealership in order to maintain the warranty. I'll keep that in mind. And things to consider when you do a purchase: look at the tire size, do a little research, see how much it's going to cost to replace. Other things too, you got to think of, over time you will have to do brake replacement, stuff like that. Just general maintenance. Me, I like maintenance. I changed my transmission fluid, which I've already done. I know some people don't advise it. I've even had mechanics professionals don't advise it. But I just feel like I like clean fluid. And also it lets you know if you got any metal, because usually the pan has a magnet in it. And it lets you know on wear status. That's the main reason I change it. And they also let you know if the transmission is cooling proper. If the fluid is getting dark and there's no metal in the pan, that means that transmission is running a little hot. Might be some things you might want to check into. That's just the way I am, man. I've drove many years and have kept that practice, and I've never had a automatic transmission problem. So the pros may be correct. I might be correct. Who knows? That's just the way I do things. And guys, another thing too, hopefully this video here, the audio is better compared to the way it was yesterday. I don't know what happened. Don't know why I done that. But that's the way it is. Anyway, you don't mind, if you watch this long, subscribe. And coffee to you. Everybody have a good day now.